One late night in October of 1992, Kevin was riding his motorcycle home through a deserted county road in Central California when he noticed what looked like a normal jogger running ahead of him on the side of the road. But seconds later, the figure suddenly dropped onto all fours and began running beside his motorcycle at over 50 miles per hour. And even now, more than 30 years later, Kevin still cannot explain what he saw that night. All the stories shared on True Haunting Log are true incidents experienced by real people from across the globe. Welcome back to True Haunting Log, the channel where we bring you terrifying real-life encounters, paranormal experiences, unexplained mysteries, and horror stories sent directly by our viewers and followers. If you have your own true scary experience that you'd like featured on the channel, send it to truehauntinglog@gmail.com. And if you enjoy real horror, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another terrifying upload. Tonight's chilling experience was sent to us by our follower Kevin from Central California, USA. Story 1. The thing running beside Kevin's motorcycle. Kevin writes, "This is the only truly terrifying thing that has ever happened to me in my life, and to this day I still replay it in my head trying to understand what I actually saw that night. It was sometime around the middle of October in 1992. Kevin had spent the evening hanging out with friends and eventually started heading home sometime after midnight. The deeper the night got, the colder the air became. Kevin says it was one of those quiet autumn nights where everything felt unusually still. After leaving the county freeway, he turned onto a smaller rural road that cut through miles of farmland and walnut groves in Central California. The road was poorly lit, nearly empty, and surrounded by massive rows of dark walnut trees that swallowed almost everything beyond the reach of his motorcycle headlight. Kevin remembers there being absolutely nobody else out there. No headlights approaching him, no taillights behind him, just an endless dark road and the steady vibration of his motorcycle beneath him. He was cruising at around 50 miles per hour when he suddenly noticed movement ahead on the right shoulder of the road. At first, nothing about it seemed paranormal. It looked like a jogger. A tall figure wearing a hooded sweatshirt and gray sweatpants running alone down the side of the county road. Kevin immediately thought it was strange. Who would be jogging out there after midnight in the middle of October on a deserted road surrounded by farmland? But still, his mind tried to rationalize it. Maybe the guy lived nearby. Maybe his car broke down. Maybe he was just out exercising late. Kevin gradually shifted his motorcycle closer toward the center of the road to give the jogger extra room while passing. He even flicked on his bright headlights so the runner would notice him approaching from behind. And then Kevin saw something that completely shattered every logical explanation in his mind. When he was roughly 100 feet away, the jogger suddenly stumbled awkwardly forward. Kevin says he expected the person to fall face first into the dirt shoulder beside the road, but instead, the figure instantly dropped onto all fours. Not slowly, not clumsily, fast. Extremely fast, almost unnaturally smooth. Kevin remembers staring at the figure in disbelief as it immediately began sprinting forward on all fours like some kind of animal. He says the movement looked horribly wrong. The body proportions still looked human beneath the hooded sweatshirt, but the way it moved didn't feel human at all. It moved with terrifying speed and agility, keeping pace beside the road while Kevin's motorcycle was still moving around 55 miles per hour. For several horrifying seconds, Kevin watched the thing running low to the ground beside him under the glow of his motorcycle headlight. The hood remained over its head the entire time, the gray clothing still visible, but the motion itself was deeply disturbing. Kevin says it looked almost like a human body trying to run like a wild animal. Then suddenly, almost as if the thing realized it had been seen, it sharply veered off the side of the road and disappeared directly into the pitch-black walnut grove. No hesitation, no warning, just gone into the darkness. Kevin says the fear that hit him in that exact moment was unlike anything he had ever experienced before or since. His blood instantly ran cold. Pure survival instinct took over. He downshifted immediately and twisted the throttle hard. The motorcycle roared as he accelerated down the empty county road as fast as he possibly could. Kevin says that during those next few moments, One horrifying thought kept repeating inside his head over and over again. What if that thing suddenly appeared beside him again? What if he looked in his rearview mirror and saw some horrifying face staring back at him from the darkness? He became so overwhelmed with fear that he didn't even realize how fast he was going until several miles later when he finally glanced down at the speedometer, nearly 100 miles per hour. Kevin says his entire body was shaking at that point. The road behind him felt endless. Every few seconds he expected to hear something chasing him through the darkness. He expected movement in the trees. He expected to see that figure somehow catching up beside him again. But there was nothing except cold night air and endless black roads stretching behind him. Finally, just before making the last turn toward home, Kevin forced himself to gather enough courage to glance into his rearview mirror. Nothing was there, just darkness. Complete darkness swallowing the empty road behind him. Whatever he saw that night was gone. Shaking badly, Kevin finally pulled into his garage, shut the door behind him, and sat there in silence trying to calm his breathing. Even now, more than 30 years later, Kevin says he still remembers every detail clearly. The empty road, the hooded jogger, the unnatural movement, the way it ran, and the terrifying feeling that whatever it was should not have existed. To this day, Kevin still has no explanation for what he encountered that night in Central California. Was it a person? Some kind of animal? A skinwalker? Or something else entirely? Let us know what you think about Kevin's terrifying experience in the comments below. Do you believe he encountered something paranormal that night? Or do you think there could be another explanation for what he saw running beside that road? If you enjoyed tonight's true horror story, make sure to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to True Haunting Log for more terrifying real-life encounters from around the world. And if you have your own true scary experience you'd like featured on the channel, send your story to truehauntinglog@gmail.com. Also comment below and tell us what kind of true horror stories you want to hear next. Skinwalker encounters, haunted highways, shadow people, park ranger horror stories, cryptid sightings, jinn stories, paranormal home experiences, or something even darker. Until next time, stay safe out there, because sometimes the things hiding in the darkness are far more real than we want to believe.